So, will juicy incentives get the companies the personnel they are looking for? Holger Schäfer from the Cologne Institute for Economic Research is here to shed some light on that question. He's an expert on the German labor market. Now, German companies seem desperate to get new trainees. Will the incentives be enough to fill the recruiting gap?
Well, for some firms this will work, for others not. I think what we see here is an indication of a major change in power on the labor market. We come from a time where unemployment was very high, there were very few vacancies, and this is changing. Since 2006, the labor market improved, and what we see is shrinking labor supply, that is, fewer people enter the labor market due to demographic reasons, especially young people. And we have more vacancies, and firms struggle to fill those vacancies with incentives like this.
Well, what about those incentives? What do you think of them? Are they good? Do they encourage employee loyalty?
Well, for an economist, it doesn't matter much whether firms pay an incentive in the form of a car or something like that, or they just pay a higher wage. It's just all part of a major package that is called wage.
Okay. Now, there aren't enough trainees in Germany to fill the gap right now, it seems, but there are a lot of young people in other countries within Europe who are desperate themselves to find a traineeship. What are the prospects of bringing them from other countries to Germany?
Well, it's of course a good thing to bring those people who currently have no perspective of getting labor or an apprenticeship in countries like Italy or Spain. When they come to Germany and make an apprenticeship, gain human capital in forms of experience, work experience, and then return to their countries and put their work experience to play there.
Okay, as we've mentioned, there are more and more young people in Germany are going to university instead of entering an apprenticeship. Very briefly, does that match the needs of the German labor market?
Yeah, it does, because the qualification demands of the labor market are increasing. There's a more large share of people need more higher qualifications, especially academic qualifications, to be successful in the labor market.
Well, as we just saw, job sharing can be very attractive for employees trying to find work-life balance. But what sort of potential does this have as a job model in general? Is job sharing, Holger, really just something for women with small children, or does it have broader potential?
Well, I'm skeptical whether job sharing is really a role model for the labor market as a whole, because it is a way to enable it to people, high-skilled people in this case, to work part-time. Whereas we should think more about ways to enable it, especially women, to work full-time if they currently work part-time.
And what does job sharing look like from a company's perspective? Do employers value it?
Well, in this case, they obviously do. But of course, it is difficult to create a model, in particular for high-skilled people or even for people who lead other personnel. To really, you have to be a really large organization in most cases to really have the potential to organize this very difficult task.
Okay, well, let's look at the bigger picture right now. We're approaching the end of the year of 2014. It's been a good year in terms of the labor market in Germany. Looking ahead to 2015, what do you see as the main challenges facing the German labor market?
2015 will be a good year too. We will hit another record high on unemployment, but the main challenge will be the long-term unemployed. We still have over 1 million long-term unemployed that are very difficult to integrate into the labor market.
Okay, Holger Schäfer from the Cologne Institute for Economic Research. Thank you very much for your ideas and your look ahead.